did my research, this image was documented as a little girl called Flavian. She belongs to a collection of portraits called the Fayum Mummy Portraits, which were found on Roman Egyptian mummies and are thought to be real-life representations of the mummies themselves. Of course, there's a sad part to these portraits, as really what they are death masks. This one dates to 69 to 96 AD. Let me read you what I have to say about her. So in some of my previous posts, I've been talking about male children during Roman times wearing an amuletic pendant that was specific to males called the bulla. And female children also had a female specific amulet called lunulae, which is what this little girl is wearing. It wasn't just the male children who wore amulets in the Fayum portraits, and the girls were depicted adorned with the gender-specific lunulae, the crescent-shaped amulets associated with fertility. One portrait of around 69 to 96 AD, the one we're talking about, depicts a very young girl called Flavian who was found buried with her mother. More on that story later. In this image, the child is adorned with 5 large lunulae, in which 2 of the ornaments are described as medallions and are painted yellow to represent gold. We also know that highlighting the jewellery in gold was also thought to help the person in the painting attain immortality. In fact, that was one of the purposes of the paintings themselves, was to help the deceased attain immortality in the afterlife. What's interesting, looking at my research over 20 years from when I first did it and finding out more information about these pieces, because there's so much more information now available online. This piece is attributed to the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, and they have it documented as a boy. Now, as I've mentioned, boys did wear bulla pendants, which were lens-shaped pendants that they wore from birth, and the girls wore the lunula, which was a crescent-shaped pendant. So I am still certain that this is a girl because of the way that these pendants have been depicted, as in this definitely looks like a crescent shape. But of course, I am going to go away and investigate further, because evidence changes over time, especially as the original evidence that I looked at and read documented the girl to have a name called Flavia. So I will come back and update you on this intriguing little infant.